So here I am, I'm in the middle of nowhere. I've just come to test out this light. I've just bought this light, and it's a 3300 lumen mountain bike light, which goes on the front of your bar. Hopefully you can see it there with a green light. And it's a dedicated mountain bike off-road light. Lots of spread, lots of distance, and it's made by a company called Tech. And this retails on their website at £149. And at 3300 lumen, it's a real 3300 lumen, acclaimed, unlike the Chinese knockoffs you get off Amazon. So this is right on a par with like the Exposure D Max, which is a £400–500 bike light. So yeah, I'm here today just to give a little review and just show you exactly what it does, in my opinion. It has on the back there's a little USB socket, a USB-C, and you can, if you want, purchase the battery pack extender from the Tech website, and it goes, basically it straps to the bottom of your frame somewhere. It's a little pouch with an extended battery, plugs into there, and I think it's about 30 quid. And that's probably going to double up the amount of run time. Now, the Tech website basically states that on full power, you should get about 1.5 hours out of this lamp, which is pretty good for a 3300 lumen. If you drop it down to the second setting, which I think it's about 1500 lumens, you're going to double that time, and so on. So in the setting it's in at the moment, I think it's quoting something like 8–12 hours, something like that, which is more than enough time. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn my head torch off, and let's show you what the main light does. Here we go. So this is on the low power mode, which is roughly about, remember rightly, it's about 800 lumens, and it's not bad. It's definitely giving me not quite enough to go bombing around at high speed, but there's a fair amount of light there. So let's put it into high mode. Right, there we go. Now that's quite impressive, that. Let's have a look at that as we ride around. So that's on full power, and you can quite clearly see it's illuminating everywhere, right up to them tree line up there, which is a good 40 foot away. So let's go back down here on full power again. Yeah, pretty impressive really. I'm going to venture on into here. Let's get out, let's see the woods a little bit. Yeah, I mean, I definitely don't need any more than that. That's pretty good. So let's try knocking this down a touch. So let's go down to 2000 lumens. Well, I mean, you basically don't notice any difference there. So that's instantly doubled my battery life up to about 3 hours, which is probably realistically where I'm going to be using this light, just so that I get a good balance of light and battery life, because that's pretty good as it is there. Let's go up here a touch. Yeah, I mean that's pretty darn good, that. And what I have got is a head torch, but I haven't got that on yet. Right, so let's put this back onto full, and what I'm going to do is activate my head torch, which is an Exposure Diablo Mark 12 on full power, and let's just see exactly how much light I've got available to me. Right, I don't know if you can see, that's my head torch there. That's my head torch. Let's go and have a look, see how this so everything on full blast, roughly about an hour to an hour and a half worth of light. see I'm moving my head side to side here, just so obviously where I'm pointing, where I'm looking, I've got that light. Yeah. Oh, it's very good. I mean, there's no chance I'd be up here in the woods if my lights were good enough. I think my arse would be twitching right now if I was not well illuminated. But yeah, let's go back down. Bit of speed. Very good. And we're back on the road. So you get an idea of what it's like on the road with these two lights on. And obviously this is not meant to be a road light. I think if you're riding this on the road like I am now and a car was coming the other way, you'd be dazzling him, so I probably wouldn't advise that. But saying that, you know, just knock it down a few notches. Low power mode. I'm in low power mode now, which is enough light really for on the road. This will get me home nicely for 150 quid. Built like a tank, fits lovely onto them bars. It's not massive, it's not too bulky. Really good, recommend it. This was a chance buy in the hope that it would be as good or nearly as good as an Exposure D Max, which is the lamp I was thinking about buying. But at 400-500 quid it put me off, because I know the Exposure Diablo that I've got attached to my helmet, it's a good lamp, really good, but it's a lot of money. Now for 150 quid to get something that's very much like a £500 lamp, I think that's a bargain, as David Dickinson would say. I'm here just to test it out at my local college ground little bit. See how she jumps. See if I've got plenty of light. Yeah, awesome. So yeah, KP Bike Club giving you some consumer advice, testing some equipment that might be useful to you. And if you're from North Yorkshire like us and you've not got too much cash, then if you're going to get into the night bike game, then yeah, I hope this torch has tickled your fancy, because I'm chuffed with it and I think it's well worth buying.